I fought for my country and I still can't get a place to live. Most of the week I live here with my mum, and while I'm here I stay on this sofa, and my son Dylan, who's 5-year-old, sleeps on that smaller sofa, which is not ideal. The council haven't rehoused us, and not for want of trying. I served in Iraq. At the minute, having PTSD and not having a house, a stable place to live or anything like that, I mean, I'm stressed out in any way. So with being homeless on top of that, it just gets worse, it all gets on top of you.
We'd love to own our own home, but we've been priced out of the property market and we're worried that we'll be renting forever.
We're currently in rented accommodation with a private landlord, and we would very much like eventually to own our own home.
Somewhere that you come back to every Christmas, you know, your kids come back to you, to have that sense that your family has a base somewhere. Not this constantly roving, you know, renting thing.
It's very insecure because you're on a 6-month agreement, and then after that you can be asked to leave with 2 months' notice for any reason that's completely out of your control. The level of income that we have is perfectly reasonable, but it's not enough to buy a house.
Yeah.
Getting our hands on one of the many empty homes across the country would be an amazing opportunity.
Oh, enormous. Yeah.
Would change our lives.
Yeah.
I'm struggling financially because I spend half my wage on my rent. Oh, Shell as well. At the moment, I'm in a 3-bedroomed terraced house. My rent is £700 a month. It leaves me with approximately between £300 and £400 a month to budget for food and fuel. If my car broke down, I wouldn't be able to afford to take my car to a garage to get it fixed. You know, it's just a constant struggle. The job involves doing 999 calls and urgent journeys to hospital. The job that I do, you should be able to afford, you know, a decent house. My ideal solution would be to actually rent social housing at a reasonable rent. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
We were private renting, but it was taking 98% of our wage away. If we had a little bit left, we were lucky. We'd like to get our own house and start a family of our own, like Vicky's mum.
The only way we can get onto the housing ladder is to live in the shed for 4 years. It does get cold sometimes, but we have got our heater. You can get the bed out and have the duvet round.
When we need the toilet in the morning, when we get up and we go and brush our teeth, we have to dash across. It's usually freezing.
I'm definitely holding off having a family because I don't want to bring up a child in the shed.
If we can survive living in a shed in a tiny space, then it'll be a lot easier living in a house.
It'll be worth it in the end. Definitely.
I earn a good wage, but I have to live with my nan and granddad because I still can't afford to privately rent. I've not had a home for 7 years now because I've just been sofa surfing and staying where I can really. I've got the smallest room, it's a little box room. It pretty much just fits in my bed and my nan's bookshelves. Living in that room makes me feel like the boy under the stairs. Currently I work in a care home, which I love my job. I've been doing it for just over 4 years now. Working my way up the ladder to care team manager. Looking at a 1-bedroom flat within the area, you're looking at around £600 per calendar month without all your other bills on top. So it's just impossible. When I'm walking around the area, I do see a lot of empty flats. There's a massive building just before the town centre that's just sitting there derelict, and somebody actually set it on fire last week. I just can't see why they're not doing anything with them.
I live at home with my 3 children, my mum and my younger brother, and the house is now bursting at the seams. I have a room, which was my mother's room initially, which I share with my daughter. My 2 boys have 1 room, My brother has one room and my mum is currently sleeping in the front room on the sofa. I have been waiting for a council property for 12 years. I don't feel proud to say that I'm 33 and I live at home with my mum. And on top of that, I have to share a bed with my 7-year-old daughter. I would love to have a house with space, garden. I don't feel that I will get that anytime soon. I haven't got nowhere.